Warning. This video has very disturbing details. A second warning. This video also shares the sad final hours of Liam Payne, and it could upset a lot of fans. It doesn't necessarily paint him in a favorable light. It does reveal how sad and in what a bad shape he was in. So don't you complain in the comments section, okay? I'm making the video. It's my choice. There is no difference in covering a celebrity versus covering a politician or another big story. The media is talking to people that were there at the hotel. One woman has come forward who says that she saw Liam minutes before he passed and recounts in detail all of their exchanges. So this is not rumor or speculation. This is a woman's account of what happened. Rebecca says, one of my friends was due to get his suite, so the hotel staff were a little on edge because he still hadn't checked out at 4:30 p.m., but also because of his behavior. Rebecca and several friends of hers were checking into the Casa Sur Palermo Hotel in Buenos Aires for a wedding. Let me lift the curtain. I can tell what happened with this interview, okay? Yes, this woman says these things happened, but the questions that the British media asks, this is an interview that Rebecca gave to the Daily Mail. The questions are leading. Was he desperate? Was he this? They will get the answer going in the direction they want based on how they ask the question. Does that make sense? Rebecca says, I came into the hotel and he was waiting by the elevator, and it was so clear he wanted someone to recognize him. There was something a bit desperate about him. I was with my friends and we did know who he was, but none of us were that bothered. When the lift came, he suddenly said to us without any prompting, "Yes, I'm Liam," really drawing it out, and then said, "All right, come on, you lot, get in the elevator with me. I love a cuddle." That is keeping in line with things we've heard before. And also, the authorities in Buenos Aires did reveal that 2 women were in his hotel room in the hours leading up to his death. Rebecca, however, says, I decided against it and waited for the next elevator, but some of the other girls got in with him, and halfway up, he started saying, "Oh, you're Americans? I live in West Palm Beach. I know Americans. You guys are effing crazy. You guys are effing dangerous." And then things got... Rebecca claims that Liam grabs a girl who I think was with him and starts fake choking her. Only lightly, but the others thought it was really disturbing. Obviously, the friends of hers that got in that elevator recounted that to Rebecca. Rebecca said she returned to the lobby 10 minutes later. Liam also came back down shortly afterwards, sat on a couch, and began to read emails. However, he read one message and then freaked out, she says. That's when he began smashing his laptop, as other reports have mentioned. Multiple people in the lobby witnessed this. Rebecca shares, quote, I have a blind relative and I realized he had the laptop on its accessibility setting for some reason, so that each time he moved the mouse hovering over something, the machine spoke out loud to say where the cursor was. I assumed he was doing that for the attention too. Then he opened his emails and saw one which obviously upset him. Suddenly, he took the computer, shouted, F this, mate, and started bashing the computer on the ground. According to Rebecca, this shocked everybody in the lobby, especially the staff. Then she says that instead of, avoiding him, she went to check on him. And she says, I went over, asked, are you okay? But he just kind of grunted. Then he said, I used to be in a boy band. That's why I'm so effed up. Rebecca adds, quote, there was a lot more swearing and he took the laptop and went to get back in the lift. After he'd gone, this is especially telling, the guy from his entourage, who I think was called Roger, came over and apologized on his behalf, saying, I'm sorry, he just gets so high sometimes. I did wonder what these people with him were doing to help him, but maybe they had tried and failed. Who is this Roger? Why is this the first time I'm hearing about anyone that Liam was with? Is Roger a bodyguard, a manager, a publicist, just a friend? Who is this person? Have the authorities spoken to him? Is he the one that decided to take Liam to the hotel room and not the hospital? And this Rebecca is really shady, okay? She took pictures of him in the lobby. She says the hotel staff were freaking out and watching him nervously. The staff came to help him and get him back in the elevator. And that's when I took the last photo. You can see the arm of the English guy who was with him holding the lift door open before taking them up to the third floor again. It wouldn't surprise me if Rebecca was also the person who took photos of Liam's body and shared it on social media. Awful, 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 awful. And I am sure that his loved ones did try to get him help. And he did get help in the past. He did. He talked about that publicly. Unfortunately, addiction, depression, mental health. We've seen this happen many times with famous and non-famous people alike.